Hello everybody, welcome to House of the Dragon lore. Today I'm going to be talking about Seasmoke, and I decided to do this episode because Seasmoke was featured on House of the Dragon, and I'm going to definitely try and do all the dragons that have been featured in the show. Seasmoke was a pale silver gray dragon, and he had pink wing membranes. In the show, he doesn't look very silver. He's more of a white gray. He was known to be nimble and fast during flight, and he was close in size to Tazarian, but not as fierce in comparison. And Seasmoke had 2 riders during his lifetime, and he was a young dragon when he bonded with Sir Laenor Velaryon, and Laenor is the son of the sea snake Corlys Velaryon and Rhaenys Targaryen, who was the rider of Meleys the Red Queen. Seasmoke was known to be the pride and passion of Sir Laenor, and they had a very tight bond. And as you could see in the episode of the battle at the Stepstones in House of the Dragon, you could see that Seasmoke wasn't a huge dragon, probably around the same size as Syrax, but of course he had intense firepower. That was a wicked scene, by the way. I really enjoyed that one. Hopefully we'll get to see him in many more scenes as well. So Seasmoke's first rider, Laenor, had classic Valyrian looks with silver white hair and purple eyes. He had one sister, Laena. Laenor was known by many to be gay and would surround himself with young men of his age rather than women. It was arranged for him and Princess Rhaenyra to wed in order to unite House Targaryen and House Velaryon once again. Before they wed, Laenor was knighted, and this is in the source material, the books. During the tourney held to celebrate the wedding, Laenor gave his favour to his male favourite, Sir Joffrey Lonmouth. Joffrey died by the hand of Sir Criston Cole during the joust, and Joffrey died 6 days later, leaving Laenor distraught. And in the show, they changed that detail in where Joffrey was killed at the wedding, and I think that was just so they could fit everything in. They probably didn't have the budget to do another joust. Laenor and Rhaenyra didn't spend much time together, except for the royal events, when they had to attend together so everyone would see them as a married couple, when it was really just a political marriage. Rhaenyra eventually got pregnant and gave birth to 3 boys. It was rumored that Harwin Strong was the actual father, as they had a common look with dark hair rather than the Valyrian features of Laenor. Laenor was later killed by his friend, Sir Carol Corey, while attending a fair at Spicetown in 120 AC. According to Mushroom, Carol had killed Laenor on order from Prince Daemon Targaryen, but that was never proven. And Mushroom seems to blame a lot of things on Daemon, so you can take that with a grain of salt. I don't know if that would be true or not, but I don't think it's true. But we don't know for sure, and I'm curious to see how they're going to play out Laenor's death in this show as well. And after Laenor's death, Seasmoke made his lair in the Dragonmont on the island of Dragonstone, and remained riderless for almost a decade. He was joined there by Silverwing and Vermithor. During the Dance of the Dragons, Prince Jacaerys Velaryon, who was the son of Rhaenyra, was searching for new dragon riders for his faction. He offered knighthood, lands, and riches to whoever could claim a riderless dragon. And here is the excerpt from Fire and Blood. Moreover, 6 other dragons made their lairs in the smoky caverns of the Dragonmont above the castle. There was Silverwing, good Queen Alysanne's mount of old, Seasmoke, the pale grey beast that had been the pride and passion of Sir Laenor Velaryon, old Vermithor, unridden since the death of King Jaehaerys, and behind the mountain dwelt 3 wild dragons, never claimed nor written by any man, living or dead. The small folk had named them Sheep-stealer, Grey Ghost, and the Cannibal. Find riders to master Silverwing, Vermithor, and Seasmoke, and we will have 9 dragons against Aegon's 4. Mount and fly their wild kin, and we will number 12, even without Stormcloud. Princess Rhaenys pointed out, "This is how we shall win this war." Most of the attempts to claim dragons ended in death or heavy burns. Seasmoke even killed Sir Steffan Darklyn, one of Rhaenyra's Queen's Guard, when he tried to claim Seasmoke. 15-year-old Adam of Hull was able to claim and ride Seasmoke. Adam and Alan Valerion were declared to be the bastard sons of the late Laenor, though it was rumored that they were truly bastards of Laenor's father, Lord Corlys Valerion of Driftmark, the Sea Snake. Adam was able to claim Seasmoke because of his blood relation to Seasmoke's original rider, Laenor. After Adam's bonding with Seasmoke, the Sea Snake convinced Queen Rhaenyra to remove the bastard name from Adam, and he was then known as Sir Adam Valerion, heir of Driftmark. There was also an event in which Adam used Seasmoke to protect his younger brother Alan of Hull from Sheepstealer. Alan tried to claim Sheepstealer as his dragon, and Sheepstealer was a wild dragon, and here's the excerpt from Fire and Blood describing this incident. One who hoped to tame him after his quest for Grey Ghost proved fruitless was Alan of Hull. Sheepstealer would have none of him. When he stumbled from the dragon's lair with his cloak aflame, only his brother's swift action saved his life. Seasmoke drove the wild dragon off as Adam used his own cloak to beat out the flames. Alan Valerion would carry the scars of the encounter on his back and legs for the rest of his long life. Yet he counted himself fortunate, for he lived. Many of the other seeds and seekers who aspired to ride upon Sheepstealer's back ended in Sheepstealer's belly instead. Seasmoke, now controlled by Sir Adam Hull, assisted the Blacks taking back King's Landing. Quote, "When King's Landing fell to Rhaenyra, her dragon riders made their descent one by one. Once Prince Daemon Targaryen was certain there would be no harm, he signaled to his wife to descend upon Syrax. Adam flew Seasmoke around the city walls, the beat of his dragon's wide leather wings a caution to those below that any defiance would be met with fire." End quote. And Seasmoke was kept in the dragon pit. He was assigned to protect King's Landing, because at least one dragon rider resided in the dragon pit as well, and so that was the responsibility of Adam of Hull. So just in case the city got attacked, he would defend with Seasmoke along with Syrax and Tyraxes, all being the defense of the city while the rest of the dragon riders went to battle. And Queen Rhaenyra once suspected that Adam was a turncloak and ordered Adam to be arrested. Adam had gained the knowledge and managed to flee by flying away with Seasmoke. By ordering the arrest of Adam, the queen lost not only a dragon but her queen's hand as well. The Sea Snake was later beaten and imprisoned for warning Adam. During the Battle of Tumbleton, Adam was determined to prove he wasn't a turncloak. Tazarian, without a rider, challenged Seasmoke while mounted by Adam, and he turned to meet her. Both fought viciously, as it was an even battle, seeing they were both still young dragons. Vermithor later, in a fury of rage, destroyed everything below him and fought Seasmoke, which ended up on the muddy ground. Seasmoke was a much smaller dragon than Vermithor and had little chance of winning the fight. Seasmoke, Vermithor, and Tazarian later fought to death on the ground, and all that was seen was blood and smoke. Vermithor killed Seasmoke by ripping his head off and trying to take flight with it between his teeth, but failed due to his severe injuries. He had injured wings. One such said afterward that the flight of Tazarian and Seasmoke seemed more mating dance than battle. Here's a quote from Fire and Blood. "A dragon's scales are largely, though not entirely, impervious to flame. They protect the more vulnerable flesh and musculature beneath. As the dragon ages, its scales thicken and grow harder, affording even more protection, even as its flames burn hotter and fiercer. Where the flames of a hatchling can set straw aflame, the flames of Balerion or Vagar, in the fullness of their power, could and did melt steel and stone. When two dragons meet in mortal combat, therefore, they will oft employ weapons other than their flame. Claws black as iron, long as swords, and sharp as razors. Jaws so powerful they can crunch, though, even a knight's steel plate. Tails like whips, whose lasting blows have been known to smash wagons to splinters, break the spine of heavy destriers, and send men flying 50 feet in the air. The battle between Tazarian and Seasmoke was different." So Adam was accused by Rhaenyra of being a traitor, as I mentioned earlier, and then he died in the process, trying to prove that he wasn't a traitor. After Seasmoke's death, he was later put on display as a tourist attraction in Tumbleton. Quote, Seasmoke and Vermithor are cleaned and mounted and displayed in the town square, where travelers pay good coin to view them, a penny for a look, a star to touch them. That is pretty tragic. Like, Seasmoke had a very tragic ending, just like a lot of the dragons, and just sad that he was put up as a tourist attraction, not even by the Targaryens. I'm wondering if the Targaryens went back and took his remains, him and Vermithor, to put in King's Landing with the rest of the dragon remains. Seasmoke was a significant part of Dance of the Dragons, and I think we will get a lot of screen time with him in future House of the Dragon episodes to come. And I'm looking forward to that. And to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed because there hasn't been enough dragons in House of the Dragon yet. There's been little snippets of them, but for instance, we're at episode 6 now, and I haven't seen Syrax in a couple episodes, which isn't fair because I want to see her because she's my favorite dragon so far. And we haven't seen much action. I don't know if they're saving it all for the last few episodes or what. That's one thing that's disappointing me about the show so far. But I have my hopes up. I wanted to see how they did the dragons and how they interacted with the children and the riders and all that kind of stuff. So, still hoping that the next 4 episodes have a lot more dragon in them. And we shall see. But I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, please comment below or shoot me off a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Take care. Bye.